The Sultan of Brunei is known for his lavish lifestyle, but he has also faced issues in his marriages, having divorced not just once, but twice. His second marriage, which lasted 21 years, ended with whispers of scandal, while his third marriage came to an end after just 5 years under mysterious circumstances. What really happened behind the palace walls to lead to these splits? What are the shocking secrets that pushed the Sultan to end his marriages? Stay with us as we uncover these answers. This is Crown Buzz channel. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin. Meet the Sultan of Brunei, Hassan al-Bolkiah. He was born on July 15, 1946, and was the eldest son in a family built on centuries of royal tradition. From an early age, he was prepared for leadership, which included going to some of the finest institutions. He attended the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in the UK, where he trained to sharpen his leadership and military skills. From his early days as a young prince, he was all about sports, especially polo, which he still plays as Sultan. He also started loving cars early on. Now, he owns an impressive collection of luxury and sports cars. Even with all his royal responsibilities, he made sure to enjoy life, keeping his hobbies and personal time private and fun. Becoming the Sultan in 1967 at just 21 years old, he entered his role with a mix of youthful energy and a deep respect for his heritage. Over the years, his personal life, including his marriages and family, has been both celebrated and scrutinized. The Sultan of Brunei's first marriage was to his cousin, Saleha Mohammed Alam. They tied the knot back in 1965 when the Sultan was just 19 years old. Yes, you heard that right. Married at 19 to his cousin. Saleha has been by his side through all the ups and downs of his long reign. Together, they have 6 children, and their marriage has been one of the stable foundations in the Sultan's life. But just because it's stable doesn't mean there hasn't been any drama around it. Many wonder how the couple keeps their marriage strong despite the Sultan's other marriage. The Sultan of Brunei's second marriage had its fair share of drama and headlines. The Sultan married Mariam Aziz, a former flight attendant, in 1982. This wasn't just any wedding, it was a lavish affair, fitting for a sultan with a taste for luxury. Mariam transitioned from the skies to the palace, becoming a royal overnight. Together, they had 4 children, and for a while, it seemed like they were living the ultimate fairy tale. But as the years rolled on, the fairy tale started to show cracks. Rumors spread about disagreements and troubles behind the palace walls. Mariam, now a royal, was thrust into a life of intense public scrutiny and high expectations. The drama hit its peak when reports of a huge scandal broke out. It was said that Mariam was involved in some seriously extravagant spending sprees. Rumors like these shook the foundations of their marriage and the royal image. In 2003, after 21 years together, the Sultan and Mariam's marriage came to an end. The divorce was as high profile as you'd expect. Officially, the palace didn't say much about why they split, keeping the details under wraps. However, the streets were buzzing with gossip. People talked about the alleged financial misdeeds and the strain it put on their relationship. Mariam received a significant financial settlement, rumored to be in the millions, allowing her to live comfortably post-divorce. Yet the divorce left a stain on her public image, and she chose to step back from the royal spotlight, living a quieter life. Under Brunei law, there are 3 types of divorces, and like in many other Muslim countries, men can have up to 4 wives. The first type of divorce lets the husband change his mind within 100 days without needing to marry again. The second type doesn't have this waiting time. With the third type, if a couple divorces, they can only marry each other again if the woman marries someone else first, and then gets divorced from him. For the Sultan and Mariam, it was the second type. The Sultan could remarry Mariam without renewing vows within 100 days. However, they never reunited. The emotional toll on Mariam was enormous. Adding to her troubles, she was duped by a fortune teller and a so-called lover. She was conned into giving $2 million to her lover over a few months, and she showered him with countless gifts. Upon realizing it wasn't a real love story, Mariam was devastated. Just 2 years after his divorce from Mariam, the Sultan of Brunei found love again with Azrinaz Majar Hakim, a former Malaysian TV journalist. Their union was very notable due to the 32-year age gap between the two and Azrinaz's media background. They married quietly in the capital, a stark contrast to the usual extravagant royal weddings, and the union was announced later. Azrinaz quickly adapted to her royal role, appearing at public events and performing her duties. However, the fairy tale was short-lived. He divorced her just as discreetly in 2010, after only 5 years, and the separation was announced shortly thereafter. The plot thickens with whispers of palace intrigue and royal rivalries. Sultan Hassanal was reportedly pleased with Azrinaz and even considered elevating her to queen, not once but twice. However, this proposal met strong opposition, particularly from Queen Saleha and other influential nobles, who viewed Azrinaz as too modern and independent for the traditional royal setup. The palace became a stage for intense political maneuvering, and Azrinaz found herself at a disadvantage. To ease tensions, the Sultan decided against naming her queen, opting instead for the title of princess consort. However, the issue resurfaced when Azrinaz bore 2 children, Prince Abdul Wakil and Princess Amira, prompting the Sultan to reconsider her elevation. The pushback from the aristocracy intensified, supporting Queen Saleha. During this period, damaging rumors began to circulate about Azrinaz, including allegations of an affair with palace guards. Allegations of her being a gold digger and maintaining contact with an ex-boyfriend surfaced. More damaging were accusations of her stealing the queen's tiara, which only added fuel to the fire of controversy surrounding her. Queen Saleha's influence was undeniable, and many believed she played a significant role in preventing Azrinaz from becoming queen. The situation within the palace reached a tipping point, and during these tensions, Azrinaz was not only divorced, but also stripped of her royal titles and banned from the palace, a stark contrast to Mariam's post-divorce circumstances, who remained in touch with her children and attended significant family events. Azrinaz's access to her children became non-existent, a decision rumored to be influenced by the need to keep the royal children away from her alleged questionable influences. She moved back to Malaysia and received a substantial financial settlement. She hasn't been able to see her children since they were 2 and 4 years old. She posted a photo of her daughter online, highlighting her continued separation from her children. The whispers didn't stop there. Some gossiped that the Sultan's first wife, Saleha, played a role in this arrangement. According to rumors, she wanted to make sure that the children were brought up close to her, maintaining the traditional royal influence rather than having any modern or external influences that Azrinaz might bring from her background in media and a more liberal Malaysian society. From lavish weddings to sensational divorces, the Sultan's personal life has been anything but ordinary. Would you want to trade places with a Sultan even just for a day, knowing the intense scrutiny and personal trials involved? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more intriguing stories from around the world. Catch you in the next video.